Hey everybody, the New York Times has called our race for Marav Ben David. And just to keep it super real, because that is what we've always done, everybody here is really sad tonight. But we're reminding each other that this campaign was never only about winning. When we launched this campaign last June, we had multiple goals. And one of the most important ones was shifting this thing called the Overton window, which means making it possible to have conversations that we haven't really been able to have previously in Wyoming politics. And today, in spite of us being sad about losing the race, I am very happy to say that we have done that. One of my other goals was that climate disruption was not going to be ignored in this race, and I'm happy to see the other strong climate candidate come away with the nomination tonight, and I trust that Marav will take that piece forward and continue that journey. Running for United States Senate as an open socialist and a bisexual woman was bold and desperately needed. We watched the press shift from largely dismissive to largely respectful over the past year. We have connected with thousands of progressives and leftists in the state and gotten many of them connected with each other, making important new local alliances. We watched new socialist organizing pop up in every corner of the state in the last 14 months. And over the past weeks, it looks like once the votes are counted, about 5,000 people in Wyoming would have voted for an open socialist, which is remarkable. And if you're inspired beyond just this election, we would love to welcome you into the Democratic Socialists of America. My messages in this election were not that unique as socialists go, so you may find yourself with a happy home organizing with us there. Finally, this campaign was one that unapologetically put caring about each other front and center. Did you have any idea that so many people in Wyoming shared that commitment to care and were willing to vote for it? I am incredibly grateful to have gotten to know so many people this year, and I want to acknowledge the many people who have worked on and volunteered for this campaign. Casey Vernon was the first person to respond with a yes, let's do this when I tentatively told her I was thinking about running. And though she only had a couple months to give the campaign, she got us started as my first manager. Amanda Barnes and Anna Castro were the rest of my initial staff, and Antonio Serrano delivered my first introduction of the campaign back on June 14th last year and reminded me in that seminal moment of all of the people left out of Wyoming politics who needed someone to show up for them. Then John Latore and Sarah Ewing stepped in, and then my current crew came on board. Deborah East, Dana Perderman, Spence McClellan, I'm going to cry, Sean Moran, Donatelia Austin, Nate Reed, and Glenn Houlihan. You have been the hands and heart of this campaign for the last few months. I love you guys so much. We've also had some superstar volunteers, and I'm just going to name a few people. Stacey McReynolds, Shay Florian, Chelsea McMichael, Jacob LaRue, Mox Azier, and Artemis Berry, who was the first of a long series of people under 25 who pushed me to never forget all of the young people that we've been fighting for. We also had thousands of donors from around Wyoming and even around the country. We got attention on this race all over the country from people who were really inspired that we were doing this in the reddest state in the country. And finally, I got to be friends with both Carl Beach and Lynette Grable. And while I'm sad that only one of you is able to move on in the general, you have both been amazing companions on this journey. I love all of you so much. Congratulations to Marav Ben David and Lynette Grable for moving on to the general. You both face really formidable opponents on your way to DC, and we wish you all the strength and clarity of vision that you need to get there. On behalf of the whole Yana for Wyo team, I say thank you. We stand in solidarity with you, Wyoming, and while it's going to take us a little while to figure out what the next phase for this amazing movement is that we've built over the last 14 months, I promise that we will be here and continue to show up for more humane, compassionate, and sustainable Wyoming. Thank you, everyone, and good night.